Hey folks, Jerry here at The View with your news for the 9th of November as we head into the Wolves game later on today. So we're going to start off with the news and we'll do a little bit on Wolves at the end of it. It's not a full match preview, we'll try and keep this pretty short. There's a load of news. Do we set up a transfer bingo card for the usual names that I got up here? Just tick it off in the corner here. Because a lot of the same names are going to start popping up and they have already. And we'll start off with this one. There's a lot of incoming news. Brereton Diaz has been linked again with Leeds United this morning, but also Manchester United are said to have entered the race to sign the Blackburn striker. Leeds preferably want to do a £10 million deal in January. If they can, their absolute preference is to do a free transfer at the end of the season with the player. The issue with that is that Sevilla can step in the meantime in January and offer the player a pre-contract agreement, so that would null and void any kind of move Leeds would look to make. English clubs can't offer a player playing in England a pre-contract agreement until the end of the season. Their contract is actually finished, so it's slightly different. Outside the country you can go and offer pre-contract, inside the country you can't. So that's a tricky one, but again, Brereton Diaz had a very good season, has been linked again. Other strikers linked with Leeds today are Sebastian Driussi, who is a striker that plays for FC Austin in the MLS. He's had a terrific season, scoring 25 goals for Austin and even made the MLS Best 11 Team of the Year, 11 that Kai Wagner, another player Leeds have been linked with, is also in. Leeds are keeping an eye on the MLS. They haven't made any major moves there, but they seem to be popping up regularly. It could just be a cheap link with the fact that we've got an American head coach and potential American owners and American players. It could just be that. The striker, however, did play for River Plate before, and he has played for Zenit St. Petersburg as well, so he has got pedigree in Europe. Would be an interesting one. That rumour has come out from Nico Cantor, who is a CBS sports reporter in the States. Other players linked with Leeds in the defensive side of things: Alexander Djiku, and I apologise if I've got that name wrong. The RC Salzburg defender has been linked with Sports Rooster. Have put this one up together, and I don't think there's any credibility to this, and you'll understand what I mean. I think Leeds need a centre back, and this guy is a centre back. He's 28-year-old, playing for RB Salzburg in the final year of his contract. And according to Sports Rooster and according to the Guardian journalist Ed Aarons, the player is probably not ready to play for top clubs in the Premier League. That's his quote. He's 28 years of age, so he'll be over the age profile that Leeds like to go for. Although he's a centre half and you want experience there. He was linked with Hoffenheim in the summer. And that didn't materialise. And he's also suffering from a bit of an injury problem at the moment, which is hampering his season. So when you go through that, 28 years of age, probably not ready for the top end of the Premier Division, and has an injury concern already. There's 3 reasons why Leeds won't make a move for this player. So unless that cleans up. But Djiku, looking like it's not going to happen. Noa Lang's popped up again today. I'm not going to get into the whole other stuff with Noa Lang, but let's just talk about the facts here. Sports Witness are claiming that Leeds are said to be very interested in signing the player. Leeds did apparently make 3 approaches in 2021 that were all concrete. Bielsa didn't want him in the end, and Leeds pulled out. But his agent has been in Italy, speaking to Serie A clubs about a potential move to Serie A clubs. But he is said to be keen on a move to the Premier League if it's possible. So Leeds are still in the race for that player. Potential outgoings: Ilian Meslier has been discussed by a couple of sources this morning about a potential move away from Leeds United. His fee and his potential transfer number is being discussed anywhere between 35 and 50 million, given the 22-year-old has now had 3 seasons of Premier League football as a first-choice goalkeeper behind him, and is seen by most people as the goalkeeper in waiting to replace Hugo Lloris as the French number 1. I don't think we can sell that player. I think that's someone you've got to dig in and just say, no, he's not for sale, offer him what he needs and keep him at the club for a long time, because he is years away from even reaching his peak. It's only going to get better. Great to have him. Then moving on to some news around World Cup squads, and it looks like Rodrigo apparently is set to miss out, according to Joe Donoghue from the York Tribune Post. Rodrigo, having one of his best seasons for Leeds, has already gone 1 goal ahead of his last season tally, and has done a whole lot in much quicker time than he's done before. But even though he's having his best season with Leeds, and he's been picked for a Spain team when he hasn't been playing particularly well for Leeds, or been playing at all for Leeds at times, it looks like Rodrigo could miss out on the World Cup, which would be disappointing for him. And interestingly enough, on this one, there's a couple of other players that are likely to miss out. Pascal Struijk, Robin Koch, and Ilian Meslier are all set to miss out. Robin Koch's having a great season, bar the odd moment. He's had a pretty good season, probably the best he's had at Leeds playing centre back, and he's not going to make the German squad. And he's been a mainstay in the German squad in the qualifying when he wasn't in the team. It's bizarre. And then this is the interesting one. Joe's also said that Llorente, Tyler Adams, Brendan Aronson, and Matthias Klick are all expected to travel. Now, multiple sources yesterday said that Matthias Klick looks like he's going to miss out on the World Cup squad because of his lack of minutes for Leeds, only playing half an hour of football this season. And it seems unusual that he's a player that would go to the World Cup when other players who are playing consistently aren't going to go to the World Cup and have been in the qualifiers. So it's a strange one. I don't know. And then lastly, just in regards to news, so some bit of good news just to finish up with. Happy birthday to former Leeds player Terry Connor, who turned 60 today. Happy birthday, Terry. Hope you have a great day. And then really quickly, just moving on to the Wolves game tonight. Can you watch the Wolves game in the UK and Ireland tonight? No, it's not on TV. Man City's game, I think, has been preferenced. Possibly Man City, yes, possibly not. And is it available on UTV? No. Is it available on any other channel? No. You might find a link. There's a couple of people on Twitter. You might be able to find a link, but currently not available. But the squad has been announced, and you can see it here on screen. We'll just fly through it real quick. We've got Robles and Klassen as our goalkeepers. Defensively, we're looking at Drame, Ayling, Llorente, Koch, Hjelde, Stroke, Firpo. In midfield, JB, Greenwood, Rocket, Click, Somerville. Up front, Nonto, Harrison, Perkins, Gelhardt, Rodrigo and Joseph. So some of the younger players making it into that squad for tonight's game. I would love to know what people's predicted 11 is. If you want to stick it in the comments, I'd love to see that as well. I think a lot of these lads will play. I think someone will come off the bench. I think you might see Nonto getting a start. I think you'll see Joseph and Perkins off the bench possibly. My own personal thing. But I never get these right. I can get my fantasy football team right perfectly every week. I can't get this right. I don't know why. I'm not overly bothered with the EFL Cup. I don't know if anybody else is. So it's a congestion in a period after Christmas that we're probably not going to want. Decent performance tonight. And honestly, we win or lose, I'm not overly bothered with the EFL Cup. I'd like to see these guys run the FA Cup if we can. But if we do beat Wolves, it could be easier ties in the next round. So it could be a chance to get a bit of a cup run as well. So that's the news this morning, folks. Let me know your score predictions for tonight. Let me know your starting 11s. Who you think will start tonight? What do you think the 11's going to be? It's an interesting squad. I'll drop the squad in the community tab as well. You can have a look at that as well. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll do a quick match review and some news then. See you tomorrow. Bye.